Hello, and welcome to Shirley's Salad Podcast, Episode 11, January 2012. I don't remember if last time I mentioned how I was doing my son's sweater. I did the ribbing in the round, and now I'm doing the body in two parts, the front and the back. And my son wants it to be narrowed into the waist, so I thought that was also a good reason to do the body parts separately. And what I've read, people seem to think that it's more sturdy for a sweater if there are side seams. So I did the front part already. The next point. Sorry about the clicking over. Should have something on here so it wouldn't click. I've already narrowed it 7 centimeters to the next point. I haven't quite knit it even, but before my son comes the next time I will. I've put the decreases on the side seams, and every 2.6-ish centimeters I've decreased it 4 stitches around, so 1 stitch on each side. Then once I've got this done, I will mattress stitch it together like I have here. This is mattress stitch, and I've always thought mattress stitch was difficult, but I know this isn't well done because it's only temporary anyway. I'm using this green thread to do it, so it's easy to unpick once I've done the whole sweater. But then when my son tries it on, it's easier for him to see how it's going. And he said he wanted it 7 centimeters narrower. I don't know how he wants it to go after that, but once he's tried it on, then we can continue, or I can continue. Then I've been knitting socks for the charity, Red Cross charity. I finished these ones. I had started them last time, and I've used up most of the colors that I got for these ones, and used some of the pink from the ribbing, and that's almost all gone now. Still wish I could find out what yarn it was. The last time I was at the charity evening, charity craft evening, whatever I should call it in English, we were given a pattern, or we were asked to bring small needles, so I tried to bring the smallest that I had, but if I had known that we were going to be doing socks, I would have brought bigger ones. So I used the biggest ones that I brought, but still they're quite small. So this is the pattern we were given. It's a finished pattern, and there's these kind of, well, I think of it as a worm, I don't know. And it's looking funny, but apparently these are supposed to be socks that stay well on a baby's leg. The bottom of the foot's just knit plain. And again, I tried to divide the amount of yarn in half for the cuff, and then I'll just make the sock as long as the pattern calls for. And I'm still working on these granny squares, but I don't have anything new to say. Then I knocked the whatever it is, camera. Yeah, by this podcast I was supposed to decide whether to frog these or not, but I decided not to, and I undid the other knit that I had started with this yarn. And because I'm adding a gusset to the knit for a thumb, I'm changing the pattern. And apparently, probably one of the reasons why I had stopped it is because the patterns aren't matching for the thumb, or the thumb is alright, but it's not the same distance away from the cabling. So I redid this, and I started knitting, and then I realized that there's something wrong, so I'm going to have to figure out on the pattern what to do. But there's no hurry for that. I would like to get them done this winter, but my decision was, what I had to do for this podcast was to make the decision, and I did. And then for next podcast, sorry, just get my notes here. For next podcast, I have to make another decision. Sorry. Everything's falling. I last worked on this blanket I think it was the end of the summer or beginning of fall. I was working on it on the balcony in the evenings until the sunset. And so for some reason I haven't worked on it since. I really like this pattern. I've just come to a realization that maybe I don't really want it to be in the round. I didn't realize it was killing so much. I usually knit it with the outside facing. Anyway, so I have to make a decision to continue knitting it in the round or turn it into a square. But I have no idea how to turn it into a square. And I don't know how that will look because I'm on circular needles and I can't really show you, but the spiral goes out like this, so I don't know if it's going to work to turn it into a square. And then that's all I'm really working on because I'm trying to go through my things because I have to pack, because I have to move. Then today I'm going to combine my book review, well it's a pattern review, not a pattern review, it's a magazine review, and my something about Finland into one. And it's this magazine called, I have no idea the proper way to say it, but Oktobre. It's not the way English people say it, and I've never heard a Finnish person say it, so that's just the way I've always thought about it. There are 6 issues in a year. 2 are women's clothes and 4 are children's clothes. And you can also get an English version of this magazine, both I think the child's and the women's. And I think, well at least the last time I looked, which was quite a while ago, you can order either the child's or the woman's, or then you can get them all. But they're quite, I really like the patterns in them. They're simple, but I think quite easy to do. And you can always dress them up like this. Has a nice frill around it. And really, I like this jacket. If my son was still that short, not short, but still a child, then it might be something I'd like to do. And these trousers also. And then there are both girls and boys patterns in the child's one. It's really cute skirt. And then we have the women's. This is from last year. This is from last year also. This is last fall, winter. And in each episode, in each issue, they have a page that they have line drawings for all the patterns in the magazine. And then we have photos of the model. What was I going to show you from this one? Sorry, I'll just look through it. Yeah, this dress. Oh, you probably can't see it very well. Really simple looking dress, but really, it looks really comfortable. And then I still have one from last year, or the library has one. It's bathing suit. This is a women's issue. I really wish they'd come out with a men's issue because I've always liked most of the clothes in the magazine, though I haven't made any, but I'm hoping to at some time. This bathing suit, the top is made separately, and then you have your choice of this style of the bottom or this style of the bottom. And That's something I actually would like to make sometime, is a bathing suit, but the sizes are quite big, 34 to 52. They don't all go up to that size, but like here's 46 and 48 and alright. So I'm trying to make this short because I have to try to upload it at the library, and I don't know how that's going to do. I'm still without a computer, and I'm hoping next time my son comes to visit that he'll have time to look at it, but he's busy studying and always seems to be busy visiting friends and relatives when he's here. So I go to the library, but anyway, bye for now. Oh yes, and I keep forgetting to you can find the show notes at shirleysaladspodcast.blogspot.com, and my email address is shirleysalad@gmail.com. Okay, bye for now.